Hi guys, I'm a Path of Exile 1 minion player, and so obviously I started Path of Exile 2 with a pure minion build in mind, you know, skeletons, zombies, etc. So I've been playing Witch exclusively since early access started. For reference, I'm currently level 35, I think. However, this video guide that I'm going to be talking about in here will focus on the first 25 levels or so until you get your first Ascendancy in late Act 2. However, unfortunately, so far it seems that minions don't feel very strong, especially pure minion builds for campaign, and the reason for that is twofold. First of all, they are very squishy. Your minions are really squishy. They just blow over, anything knocks them over immediately. And also they deal very little damage early. So if you combine the fact that the uptime's low, they die quickly, and they deal very little damage even when they're there, it means that it's very difficult to make a pure minion build, at least at the start of the game. So this means that a pure minion build is not really viable, and you will need to rely on another source of damage. So currently, there are a couple of builds floating around that I can recommend that kind of go well together with what you might consider a pure minion build. So first of all, a more minion based, we have a Summon Raging Spirits and Claymore build that seems pretty strong, and loads of people are playing it, recommending it, and have made videos for it. However, I personally don't really love Summon Raging Spirits. I never have. It doesn't really fill my pure minion fantasy. It's just a spellcaster, right? They don't really feel like minions to me, so I don't really like playing them all that much, so I've skipped out on it. However, if you're interested in that, you can find loads of videos online, so just look for them. However, the second build that I will cover in this video is Chaos Damage Over Time. In other words, the classic Essence Drain and Contagion build, which is what I've always loved. And we combine this with the minion playstyle and the archetype, and then it's quite easy to switch from it as well, because a lot of the chaos nodes are very close to the minion nodes. So if you're more interested in like a pure minion build and you still want to be using your skeleton warriors, etc., then the Chaos Damage Over Time Essence Drain Contagion build is probably more what you're looking for. And I've been playing it for, about 20 levels now, and it's worked out pretty well. I'm enjoying it. Once I switched to it, I was fairly able to kill all, basically, bosses that I came across. So I've put together a pretty basic Mobalytics build guide that you can use for reference. I'm going to paste it in the description down below if you want to check it out. So give a little bit of an intro. I don't actually include any equipment in here because, level 1 to 25, you can't target anything. It's just basically whatever you find you will wear. However, you obviously need to cover your attributes. You need to focus on some resistances in life, pick up some spell damage, chaos damage, and ideally, if you get lucky enough, levels of spell damage, of spell gems, or level of minion gems. However, the key thing to really what you're going to be looking for is this skill gem section. So what we're using Skeleton Warrior as a sort of our meat shield to draw aggro. So we give it the meat shield support gem, and we give it the last gasp support gem, so they stick around as long as possible, just draw aggro away from us. Secondarily, we use Raise Zombie. This works very well combined with Contagion and Essence Drain to kill off rares. So the way it works is you use your Contagion and Essence Drain to blow up, packs, the weak monsters. And then once the weak monsters have died, you just spam Raise Zombie. You raise 10 zombies, and those guys really blow up like rares, for example. So this is your sort of, a regular playthrough. You so walk through Contagion, Essence Drain, blow up easy monsters, raise zombies finish off the rares. Doesn't work on bosses. Obviously on bosses you just kind of damage over time them with Essence Drain, and it just takes a little bit longer. You can't rely on the raise zombies, but for just progressing through the campaign, regular zones, raise zombies very strong. So yeah, we use Contagion and Essence Drain. For those of you who have played in Path of Exile 1, it works basically the same. You apply Contagion, you apply Essence Drain, then when the monster dies, it spreads it to enemies around you, deals, damage over time, chaos damage over time. In addition to this, we use Withering Presence as a reservation. It requires 30 spirit, and while it's active, it withers enemies in your presence, which means they're basically more prone to taking chaos damage. So that's basically the setup. It's basically pretty basic setup for the first 25 levels. You basically get all those things as you unlock them. Focus on leveling up your Contagion and Essence Drain. Those deal majority of the damage. You don't really deal that much damage for the warriors or the zombies. For the passive tree, we kind of start a pretty basic minion path. We just, take some of those minion nodes. We then path a little bit to the right, and we pick up Path of Storms. I don't know if it's still called that in the game, but anyway, this gives you chaos damage and skill effect duration, which will both work really well for Essence Drain. Same there, we have 10% increased chaos damage. We then sort of path north and down to pick up a little bit of extra minions revive faster here in rapid recharge. Then to the right, I go and pick up Lingering Horror, which again just helps with our damage over time, chaos over time. Then I node up a little bit to the north, Necrotized Flesh, more maximum life, means the monsters stick around a little bit longer, a little bit more accuracy, and a little bit of attack and movement speed to make the minions just a little bit stronger. Obviously, they're not the core part during these levels, but it still helps to have a little bit extra damage and survivability for the minions. So that's the core of the start of this build, and yeah, I really feel like it works pretty well. I've really enjoyed Essence Drain Contagion with the minions as support. For level 25 plus, as you progress a little bit further, I'm going to make more videos, obviously. Like, I'm going to make like a 25 to 50 guide probably in a couple of days if you're interested in that. I'm still using Contagion and Essence Drain. However, once you unlock Skeleton Reavers, they really start doing a lot more damage, so you can rely a lot more on Skeleton Reavers to do your damage. However, that's, I think, level 31 maybe that you unlock them, something around there. And you've got your Ascendancy as well, so I did opt for the Hellhound. He's not super strong, but basically the Hellhound allows you to get rid of the Skeleton Warriors, and the Hellhound is the meat shield, and it takes some damage for you, so that's your defense layer, while you can focus on the Skeleton Reavers that will be doing a lot of damage. Anyway, still loads to find out. I'm going to make a follow-up guide in a couple of days for like sort of this level 25 to 50 plus your Ascendancy sort of section, so if you're looking forward to that, if you enjoyed Essence Drain Contagion, make sure to subscribe and join me for that. I'll be making minion videos for the next few months. I'm going to be focusing on minion build in Path of Exile 2 Early Access. So if you love minions, make sure to check out future videos as well. And yeah, that's what I have for you today, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be reading the comments all the time and answering. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.